Hi everybody, welcome to Monday evening. Is it Monday evening? It's Monday evening. Beck and I in the shop again. It's been quite a quiet day today, hasn't it? Really, quite a quiet day. How many sales do we have? Just the one.
Two.
Just the two. Okay, we had two sales in the shop today, so not as much as we would like. But Monday was a bit weird because today's like the first day where everyone's due back to be able to eat in the pubs and drink in the pubs. So maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe everyone's out getting lathered in the pubs. Who
Or
knows?
maybe it's just mid-month.
Or it could just be mid-month. It seemed quiet outside anyway. Anyway, all that stuff is irrelevant. Oh yeah, I had a busy day packing and all that stuff. I was super brave. I went to the dentist. Honey, how brave was I? Super brave. That means super duper brave. Went there, didn't cry or anything. I think the nurse and the dentist was also impressed as well. So
Did they give you a sticker?
they didn't give me a sticker, no.
You weren't that brave then.
I think I was pretty brave. Anyway, this is the real news. Now, this is something I'm thrilled about. And that is our kitchen setup. I know it's got nothing to do with like the shop or eBay or anything, all that stuff. Yeah. But man alive, here we are. Here is my little kitchen setup. That I'm absolutely thrilled about. These three items. That was a that was part of like an electrical pickup I got from a contact, and it's one of the items that was in it. This is a Cyclone air oven. It's fantastic. We tested it out today with some pie, but you can make toast in it. You can cook a whole chicken in 30 to 35 minutes. It comes with like a rotisserie attachment. You can make shrimp in 12 to 15 minutes. Toast is 6 minutes. You can do chips, you can do steak, whatever. Anyway, it's like an air fryer basically. It's like a giant air fryer. Comes with all these different like pans and shelves and everything. And we tested it out, like I said, today on some pies, and the pies turned out to be fantastic. It was brilliant. So it does two jobs in one. It means we can also get rid of our toaster as well, because we can now make like French toast in there if we wanted or something. Now, the really exciting stuff. I've spent, I don't know, too long recently drinking instant coffee. It's something that I know a lot of people have to suffer, and I've suffered it now for just too long. It's gross. I don't like it. It doesn't taste anything like coffee. It just can't. I just don't like it. I've tried all different brands. I've tried the Milicanos. I've tried the fancy brands, and I've tried the cheap brands. In fact, sometimes the cheaper brands are more palatable than the fancy brands. Just don't like it. Anyway, we picked up from Facebook Marketplace for a whopping £110 yesterday, and I was knackered yesterday. I did 6 hours at the car boot selling, and then we came into the shop in the afternoon, and then we drove like 40 odd minutes to get this set up here. This and that little tiny grinder there. Now, I have to say I'm very impressed. It is a Sunbeam Cafe Series coffee machine and grinder. Sunbeam are unknown here, however they are like an Australian manufacturer of like appliances, and the Australians are actually quite heavily into their coffee. A lot of people like say flat white coffee originated from there. A lot of people big into coffee over there, and this is, I suppose, like their kind of take on a prosumer type machine. Really at home for someone who wants a good coffee machine at home, doesn't want to necessarily spend the thousands and thousands that you can spend on home machines, doesn't want it plumbed in, just wants something that's good, you know, and that's what it is. It's just good. For the money, it's amazing, but in the scheme of things, it's about good. It's average to good. I wouldn't even say it's like good. You'd probably say it's average. In the scheme of like the world of like what's available on the market if you're into your coffee and your coffee equipment, but it's not like it's not fully metal construction. It's not made in Italy. It's made in China, but to like Sunbeam spec. But it is actually a really good little machine. It's a twin thermoblock coffee machine, which means it's got two separate pumps, one for your milk frother and then one for your hot water and group head. It does a good job, and this tiny little coffee grinder, I mean, it's actually not bad. Not bad. It's foolproof. The way the burrs fit in, it's conical burr, not flat burr. And they're only tiny little burrs, little baby burrs. They're not like big 58 mm burrs that you get used to on a big commercial machine. My plan actually is eventually I think this will end up at home, and I will get a big commercial machine here because I can fit a big commercial machine here, whereas at home I can't. So this will end up at home. It just fits underneath the counter in the kitchen perfectly. But we had a coffee earlier. I made a coffee, got some, it's not even fresh, it's Booth's espresso roast coffee. There's no roasting date. Oh no, it does. Oh my god. It was roasted on the 5th of April. When was that? Wow. See, that's actually good for a lot of people, but that's not good. 5th of April, they're bragging about it as well. Not bragging, but most, okay, little side thing here, but when you buy whole coffee beans from a supermarket by like Illy or whoever makes them, and you know you get all those fancy tins and they charge you like a lot of money for a tin of beans, those are stale AF. You don't know when they were roasted, you've got no idea when they were roasted. They often don't have a roast date on them. And in this case, I mean, Booth's is quite a nice place, a great little supermarket we've got down the road. And, you know, to be fair to them, they've actually put a roasting date on. But that gives you an idea of how stale your whole coffee beans are when you buy them from a supermarket. This is probably about as fresh as you're going to get in the supermarket. And it was roasted on the 5th of April. And they actually say that the best before date is the 5th of September. No, that's just not right. You want your coffee beans to be like 7 days old. You know, the difference is, like, you know, since from being roasted, about 7 days is fine. You know, the difference. I mean, I'm going to be subscribing to a coffee service as soon as I can, because just, you know, you get fresh coffee, freshly roasted coffee, fresh roast coffee versus this roasted beans that have been roasted for like a month already. The difference is humongous. However, saying that, I made a couple of cups of coffee, a couple of shots of espresso for me and for Rebecca with these relatively, I would say, stale beans, but by a lot of people's standards they probably aren't stale, but by my standards they are kind of stale. But it turned out pretty good. Beck, how was your coffee?
It was the best coffee.
Did you hear that? She said it was the best coffee
Like ever.
ever. And they were roasted on the 5th of April. Imagine what I'll be able to do when I get freshly roasted beans that have been roasted like a couple of days ago. The game is changing. And also, obviously, we're doing this shop stuff and eBay stuff still. But, you know, that's the real news.
Okay.
Thanks for watching.